Happy Manga Monday, everyone! It is officially August, and that means I'm gonna be sharing with you all of the manga I irresponsibly bought in the month of July. I don't think it's too bad volume-wise. Like, it's not my worst month. No, that's not saying a lot because my worst months were really bad. But I bought so many first volumes. I had been so good being like, no, bad Zoe, don't buy first volumes. Work on, focus on your ongoing series, focus on completing series. I lost it. I lost it. What can I say? There was so many deals that were first volumes and so many looked interesting and I couldn't resist. So yeah, that's my confession for this month's haul video. And without further ado, let's dive right in to the manga. So first up is the only one shot that I got this past month. It is invoking such summer vibes I could not resist when I went to my manga store, and that is Mermaid Prince. I also couldn't resist because this is by Kaori Ozaki, who did one of my other very favorite one-shots, The God's Lie. I read that online before it was released and I just really loved it. And I think a lot of people were really talking it up, and so some people ended up reading it and being kind of underwhelmed. It's not an amazing one-shot, but I just think it's a really solid one and it just really touches me. This one, I really did enjoy it overall, but it's 3 short stories with Mermaid Prince, the titular title one, being like the longest, taking up about half of this volume. However, I think I just would have preferred if it was this whole volume was Mermaid Prince and it just could have been like fleshed out a little bit more and expanded upon, and we saw more of these characters instead of taking time to delve into 2 shorter short stories, if you get my drift. And which, I mean, they were fine, but they were just kind of too short to give me much of anything out of them. But that's my feelings on it. However, I like their art. I like the vibe. It just gives me a nice atmospheric read. So overall, I was happy with it, but not over the moon, you know? Next up, our next category, the Webtoons. Oh my god, guys, I am so happy, so very happy, because finally we get the next 2 volumes of The First Night with the Duke, volumes 4 and volumes 5. So now we get to follow Ripley some more and her just crazy, zany, weird shenanigans that happen to this poor girl. Like, she is always in the center of some drama. But yeah, I really loved the first 3 volumes that all came out like last fall, I'd say. I don't know. But they all came out together and that was really cool, just getting to binge them. And now these 2 volumes came out together. But I did only get to reading this one, so I haven't read this one yet. But I still really enjoyed this one. It's just that, like, because things are less drama about our titular couple and more drama about the surrounding them, you know, like drama surrounding them instead, it's a little less enjoyable. But that's my personal preferences, is that I like relationship drama, and then once things kind of calm down, it's like but I still really like the characters, and overall I had a fun time with this volume and I am excited to read this one. I think it is complete at 7 volumes. The 7th volume is slated to come out like early next year. I want to say February, but you know, things could get pushed and whatever. But yeah, I think that's a good length for this story, if it is in fact the final volume. And I still think it's cute and worth picking up. Oh, but I did forget to mention in my first volume review of this, there are some trigger warnings. He kind of takes advantage of her being drunk in their first encounter. It's alluded that there's non-consensual acts that are, you know, so be aware of that if you do decide to pick it up. But I think it's overall really a nice webtoon. Once we get past that little hiccup. Next up, another series I am loving. I don't know. just roll with it. But that is A Stepmother's Mushin. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I'm pretending I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I love this story. A lot of questionable things in the beginning of this one, as our titular character has been married to a much older man. However, there does not seem to have been any sexual hanky-panky going on. So it's like kind of okay, but question mark, because she was still like a minor. But anyway, it's not about him. He dies in the beginning, so it's about his children and his estate and her being left to take care of that stuff, and having also been killed before and now is reliving from his funeral on. So yeah, it's really interesting. A lot going on in this one, and I just really love all the characters. So yeah, and I was spoiled with yet another favorite release this past month of Webtoons, the third volume of See You in My 19th Life. I have gushed about this in my Webtoon tier list video and in my most favorite first volumes that have come out so far this year. So feel free to check out either of those videos if you want to hear more about this one, but I also am really enjoying this one as well, obviously. So witching it up from the romance, we have Terror Man Volume 2. So I really enjoyed Volume 1. I wasn't expecting to be quite honest with you. And it just kind of stood out to me, even though it's kind of like superhero, anti-hero type story, terrorism threats, and it's got a lot going on. So if that sounds interesting to you, then I might try checking it out. I haven't read Volume 2, to be honest with you, but I'm hoping I enjoy it just as much as Volume 1. And lastly, I have picked up a first volume Webtoon. So begins the first volume drama, let me tell you. Anyway, I couldn't resist it, okay? It's just, I don't know why I kept being drawn to it. It kept popping up in my Instagram. Thank you, Yen Press and Ice Press. But I also just kept like looking into it, like looking at the summary, looking at like stills, like pictures of it online, and being like, I am intrigued. I am intrigued. So I grabbed Your Letter. I don't know why. The premise seems very simple, but also very complex and nuanced. And though I'm not like the biggest lover of romances with young, middle to high school age kids as much anymore, it just seems like it's going to be more nuanced than that, and it's going to be more of a coming of age story and like the struggles of youth, which I am all here for. I love so many of those stories. So yeah, I'm not sure because, again, I haven't gotten to reading this one, but I do think I'm going to be making another Webtoon tier list video of first volumes. Because spoilers, in the Barnes & Noble pre-order sale, I might have purchased quite a few of them. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to be saving this for a future video anyway. But yeah, I'm excited to check it out. And if you have read it, let me know what your thoughts are, spoiler-free thoughts, in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, that'll segue us right into the rest of the first volumes, which buckle yourselves in, folks. There's a lot of them. Oh my god, there's so many. This stack is so huge. I'm embarrassed for myself. It's embarrassing. But anyway, so a lot of these I got half off at my local manga store that I go to, and sometimes they have nothing in the sale, sometimes they have one or two. This time they had a lot, and I was greedy. So yeah, first up we have Grace Rosa. So this is about an assassin, and I love me an assassin story. Like, if like you've watched the video where I talk about how I'm a failed writer, my story was about an assassin. Like, that's how much I love it. Like, I'm so obsessed. I don't know why. I don't like death or killing. Like, I swear I'm a normal person. But there's something about if you say assassin, I'll be intrigued. I might not like the story in the end, but I will want to pick it up. And that is true for this one, even though I found out it is only one volume. And it looks like it was canceled or it's on permanent hiatus, never to really see the light of day for a second volume. So that is disappointing. Oh well, should have looked into it beforehand. My bad. And speaking of assassins, we also have this one, which I'd been curious about for a while now, and that is Candy and Cigarettes. So this is about a like young girl who becomes an assassin in training, kind of, and yeah, coloring me intrigued. I don't know, I was hesitant to pick it up because of the child angle, but you know, it was half off, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for it, and I'll see how I feel about it when I do read it. Yeah, there's just been a lot of first volumes. One I did read, and I got in the Barnes & Noble pre-order sale, which a lot of these are from that as well, and didn't really super duper live up to my expectations, was Throw Away the Suit Together. So this cover just kept like drawing me in, and it was a Yuri about two older, I mean they are like college age, so I'd say like 20 to 22 because it seems like more the tail end of the college experience. And yeah, they just decide to uproot their entire lives and go live on a secluded island. I wanted to really like this one. There was something about it I didn't like. I don't know if it was like kind of the weird way it's set up, in which like they just go to this island and move in without even asking the one girl's aunt's like summer home. Like, at least run it by her? I don't know, the way they just kind of abandon everything and don't even like maturely just like apply to quit college and like tell people, like they just take a leave of absence and like run away. I don't know, it just like, or if it's the girls themselves I just didn't vibe with, but there was something about this one I just don't think I'll continue it. And yeah, I don't know, if you read it, let me know what you thought of it in the comments. And if you somehow, for some reason, read on and you think like, oh, volume 2 gets better, because sometimes that happens, and that's why I'm always hesitant to like drop a series, but I'm trying to be better and doing that at least. I'm not doing better in any other area, but oh boy, the next one is one I was actually not gonna pick it up. I haven't been loving the steamship releases, to be quite frank with you. I did do a review on them like a long time ago on the channel, but yeah, I don't know, they just haven't been hitting right, and this one sounded like especially bad, so I wasn't gonna pick it up. But my friend kind of liked it, even though they also said it wasn't good. Like, I don't know, giving mixed signals, but I saw it for half off and I decided to take a chance. And that was Before You Discard Me, I Shall Have My Way With You. And yes, there's lots of non-consensual sex, if you were wondering, so proceed with caution. I will say, as someone who had no intentions of liking this and was purely gonna hate read this, I kind of got obsessed, and I can't deny that I love it. And I read on and digitally read the second and the third volume, and it gets much, much, much sweeter and, you know, softer than this first volume. But boy, should I like this? No. But do I like this? Yes. I know, I judge myself too. I totally understand if you don't like it. Like I said, it's not good. It's not good start to a romance, that's for damn sure. But yeah, I think I will definitely be talking about this more in a video where I talk about the toxic manga and the manga that I shouldn't like, but I do. Yeah. So yeah. Then we have some more last minute pickups from the sale. 2 more that I actually think I'll be talking about in a video closer to spooky season, because they both have some spooky season elements in it. First up, we have Aria of the Beach Forest. So this is about this cute little witch living alone in a secluded forest and stuff. So yeah, I think I want to do a video about that near, I'm gonna say, the end of September. And same with this one, My Noisy Roommate. The roof over my head comes with monsters and a hottie. So yeah, really long title. I did read this one, but again, I think I'm gonna hold off and talk about it in another video. So please subscribe and push the little bell, turn on your notifications so you won't miss that video when I do make it. I have a lot of plans of videos. I'm planning ahead. I'm on top of it for now. And one that I had pre-ordered a while ago and am so happy it's now in English is My Dearest Patrolman Volume 1. I really love this series. It is, to the best of my knowledge, complete at 3 volumes. I own all 3 volumes in Japanese, but now I can read the story whenever I want, and these two are so cute. Oh my god, it is an age gap romance. It's cute, it's spicy, steamy, just, oh yeah. I'd recommend if you want a nice BL to pick up. And then moving on, I put up a poll. Asking people on my community board, which always make sure you check in that you voted, and I'm going to be doing my reviews on first volume romance and slice of life next. So I kind of guessed wrong and thought you all would pick sci-fi and thriller first, but that's okay, that's fine. I'm trying to get the reading done. There ended up being a lot of romance and slice of life, by the way, so I think that I'm going to be doing 2 shorter videos when I do get to it. So yeah, but without further ado, I'll share with you some of the first volumes I will be reviewing sometime soon, probably next week. So some of the newer titles that I just recently picked up, we have Reliving My Life with a Boyfriend Who Doesn't Remember Me. Super excited to talk about this one next week. Then we have Just Like Mona Lisa. Very intriguing concept in this one. And then 2 romances I finally picked up. It took me a little longer than when they came out, but you know, I got there. First we have My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999. And then we have 365 Days to the Wedding. I also couldn't resist this My Oh My Atomikun that looks like it's gonna be a little bit of a slice of life coming of age BL story, but like, you know, that feels like it's going to be like more similar maybe to Blue Flag, which I really loved. I mean, I know I'm putting like high expectations on it, but I haven't even read this one yet. This is one I need to get to. But yeah, I'm hoping for the best case. And then next we have Bless. This one's about makeup artists. Again, this is one I need to get to reading for the video, but I have a little time left, so I think I can make it. And I'm really curious about this. Obviously the cover drew me in, and in the end it was a giving into the cover buy. I also do like makeup fashion type stories, so yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. The last of them that I haven't read yet, and that is My Dog is a Death God. So this one just went on sale on Amazon, and I was feeling a little bit of an order. Did I need it? No. And yeah, I don't know, the premise intrigues me, but I'm not sure how I'll feel about it. But the doggy is so cute, you know, Death God doggy or something, I don't know. It's an interesting title for sure, so we'll see what it's all about next week. And then I also grabbed this one that I had always kind of been eyeing, but I kept putting off, and it's The Dragon Knight's Beloved. It just looked so cute and fluffy, and you know, I love me a fantasy romance, so I couldn't resist. And then you might be surprised that I hadn't already picked this series up, but I decided to finally dip my toes in and see what it's about, and that's the first volume of Yotsuba. It's so cute, and I don't know why this summer I kept seeing it on Instagram. People kept posting about it, and like, I don't know if it's the summer vibes, because it definitely does give some summer vibes, but I just couldn't resist. I was like, you know what, I have never checked this series out. It's been around for a while, and I feel the need to. I feel the need. So yeah, I'll be talking about that one. I think I'll do one video on first volumes I kept putting off, I hadn't gotten to yet, and then that are older, and then the other one on newer releases. So yeah. And the last first volume romance slice of life category, because I have a couple more, I know, is one that was actually recommended to me by my friend Bizarre Individual, and that is Days on Fez Volume 1. Yes, I did get it. I was influenced. You influenced me if you're watching. But yeah, it's just like the cover looked cute. Again, summer vibes. I guess I was here for the vibes. Yeah. But yeah, so those are the manga I will be talking about next week if you are interested in hearing more about them. Lastly are some of the sci-fi thrillers that I picked up that I thought I was going to be talking about in a like nice short video next week, but that was not the case. So I actually picked up Fool Night. I had been intrigued. This cover intrigues me, the premise intrigues me. So yeah, I won't be talking about it this month, but come September I will be talking about this one. And King in Limbo. Oops, I have my little fan-made bookmark in it that I made with all my bestie boys and on it. Yeah, just disregard that. Anyway, I again had been eyeing this one, and then I saw that it was complete at 6 volumes, so that means just 3 of these omnibuses, and I was like, ooh, I definitely like want to check it out. And then a sale happened to pop up, and I was like, okay. And I'm really excited to read it. I haven't read this one yet because you voted for the other one, so I've been busy reading those ones instead. Oh my gosh. And lastly, one I did read is Captain Momo's Secret Base. So this is by the mangaka Kenji Tsuruta. You might know them from Emanon, which is like their like most known work. I just really like their unique style and their interesting stories, and this one is about Momo, who is captain of a spacecraft that like delivers parcels, but it takes years, and the company's really shady and barely gives you enough like energy to get there and stay alive, so she has to be like really creative and stuff about it. It's quite thin, and there's quite a lot of nudity. It's, to me, not like, they always kind of include that in their work, and this one though especially a lot of it, but to me it's not in a sexual manner. It's just kind of in a casual, like, yeah, I'm in space for years and I'm all alone and I don't give a shit if I'm naked. If I'm not gonna put clothes on today. But I just wanna give you a heads up because it can be a lot. There's a lot of nudity. It doesn't take away from the story to me personally. It's like, to me, it's like nudity, it's not a big deal. And it's just a drawing at the end of the day. But to each their own, so I'm giving you a heads up. But yeah, I like their art style, I like their stories, and I really need them to come back and finish Wandering Island though. That's my biggest gripe with them, but yeah. I enjoyed it for what it is. It's just like slice of life in space, pretty much. I might talk about it, but it's not really a thriller, but it is sci-fi. I don't know. I haven't decided. I might throw it in at the beginning, but it won't be one I focus a lot on. So that's why I'm kind of talking about it more here, just in case I don't. But yeah, since y'all decided I was gonna do romance and slice of life instead, I have ordered some more sci-fi thrillers that I'm super excited about. They're ones like I literally have never seen anybody talking about, and like I saw a volume Yen Press like put in their post and I was like, oh, I've never seen anybody talk about these, and it intrigued me, so I have ordered some more, so I am looking forward to that video too, and I hope you are as well. I always love like sci-fi, not usually sci-fi space, but like sci-fi dystopia type thrillers, so that's what most of them are, except for Captain Momo. So again, she doesn't quite fit in, but yeah, we'll see. Now we're moving on to the volumes I got of ongoing series. So I'm not really going to talk much about these, but I'll share with you the lovely covers and any little bits I have to say. First up, we have Malevolent Spirits Mononogatari Volume 7. Then I grabbed The Condemned Villainess Goes Back in Time and Aims to Become the Ultimate Villain. Again, we have going back in time, like restarting situation, and we have villainous, two of my favorite tropes, so I'm really enjoying this one. I got Sheep Princess in Wolf's Clothing. Again, just a cute little Yuri about a princess and her butler, and they're both like Anna and what is it called when they have the like little animal characteristics of ears and tails, and I quite enjoy that. So and in the sale rack, there was also just happened to be Ado Volume 2. So no, I have not read Volume 1. I'm just thinking it's going to be that good that I needed Volume 2 since it was half off. But yes, I plan to read Ado Volume 1. If you're interested in hearing about that series, it'll be in my September video. And another volume that was on sale on Amazon when I made my little order was Mason Ikoku Volume 7. So I have been, you know, kind of trying to finish a series. It's not like high on my priority, but when I see a sale or for like Christmases and birthdays, I sometimes put it on my wish list. And I did skip around a bit because the last volume I have is Volume 5, so I still need Volume 6 to, you know, fill in the hole, but this one was $9 and I couldn't resist that price tag. Speaking of buying a volume that then created a hole in my collection, it was half off at my manga store, so I couldn't resist picking up Mr. Villain's Day Off Volume 4, even though I have not bought Volume 3 yet, so yay holes. And I of course got the next volume of Shikamori Is Not Just a Cutie, Volume 17. We are almost to the end of the series, and it's bittersweet because I love them so much. But I am excited to see how it ends. And as I was at the manga store, I just happened to see Bride of the Barrier Master Volume 2. I did not know that the second volume was out this last month. Maybe it even came out in June and I didn't notice. But anyway, I saw it at the manga store and I was like, oh, God, gimme. Yeah, so I really liked it still. I really like their dynamic, and he is definitely catching some feels first, which I love me a guy falls first story. Like, I don't know why, but it's fun, and I don't see it as often, I feel like. So yeah, I'm still liking this series. And I'm also still really liking Seventh Time Loop. The villainess enjoys a carefree life married to her worst enemy, Volume 5. So yeah, another cute installment in this series as well. I haven't actually gotten to reading this one, but I'm excited for Volume 5 of The Princess of Convenient Plot Devices as well. Another reborn in another world. I think it's a BL novel that she's reborn into, so it's got a nice little twist to it. But yeah, I like this one as well. One of the Yuris that I read for my Yuri kind of readathon vlog type video I did this past Pride Month in June, I got the next 2 volumes of Failed Princesses. Yeah, it's just it's a cute little high school Yuri series complete at 6 volumes, so I'm excited to eventually collect it all. Then I got a couple more BL pre-orders for ongoing series. I got The Vampire and His Pleasant Companions Volume 5. So stoked, because for my vampire LGBTQ plus reads, I read volumes 1 through 4 in June, and I was so hooked, and I'm so excited to see that volume 5 is finally coming out. And I got KX Yaku Bound by Law volume 2. So honestly, this should go in my August video because I didn't get it until August 1st or 2nd, but it was supposed to be delivered to me by July 16th, and it took them 2 weeks and me contacting Barnes & Noble to be like, hey, they returned my package because it was damaged. Can you send me a non-damaged package, please? It took them so long. Yeah, I had to reach out, and then they sent it immediately. So I got it just a little into August, but it's a July release, and it was supposed to get to me in July. So yeah. Anyway, I love this one. I also talked about this in my part of the year favorites video, and also in my favorite recent BL reads video. So yeah, I really am enjoying this one. I read online further than the first volume after I got it, so I already technically have read the second volume, so I like it more and more as it goes on. And then another one that I had read online, Minato's Laundromat Volume 3. This one is an age gap romance, and yeah, I think it's so stinking cute. And then I finally picked up Tokyo Revengers Omnibus with volumes 19 and 20 in it. I've fallen quite a bit behind on Tokyo Revengers, I'm not gonna lie, but it is ending. I think it'll be ending next year. I'm thinking by like the release date schedules, maybe it'll be the beginning of the following year, but either way, I don't want to fall too far behind on it. So yeah, I grabbed this one. Again, I read a lot of this online, but I haven't read the ending, and I did not get spoiled, but I got like theorized spoiled, where someone told me they thought this was how it ended, so it's a possible spoiler, and I don't want to look into it, and I'm kind of not surprised if it is how he ends it, but I will be a little bit disappointed, I think. But hey, then I can make another manga that disappointed me video. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, and then last up is one that I wasn't sure if this is the final volume or not. Because I made a video last Halloween talking about some cute complete reads that this one was supposedly complete with just 2 volumes, like a little duology, short and sweet and simple. And then as I was editing that video, I found out, hey, no, actually a 3rd volume's coming out. So now I don't know if this is the last volume or not, and I haven't read it because it's a nice spookier season read, so I'm kind of like savoring it until I feel that itch, that desire for some fall reads. So yeah, that is daily report about my Witch Senpai Volume 3. Again, not sure if this is an ongoing series or a complete series, so it's in the middle. But that does lead us into talking about the last category of my haul video, the manga that I completed. So first up is an older series that I bought complete. I just recently read Princess. So this is an older like shonen ai type story. I bought it a while ago. Honestly, not sure if it's in any of my haul videos or not, but just been sitting on my shelf. I hadn't felt the urge to read it. I'd flipped through it, looked cute. But then on Instagram, I was participating in the Beautiful Manga Cover Challenge this last month in July. And when I was taking pictures of those covers, because I really think they're beautiful and an older art style, I was just very much inspired to read it. So I did. I read all 5 volumes and the Princess Plus, which is like a continuation story. But while I was reading that, I found out there is actually a tie-in to another of their series. So I had to pick that one up. The Day of Revolution, volumes 1 and volumes 2. So it's just a short little duology, and it apparently features one of the guys who goes on to become a princess in the other volume. I don't know how involved they are in the story, but then their girlfriend is in this volume. So I don't know. it was kind of like confusing how it tied in because obviously I hadn't read this one, which seemed to have taken place first. So yeah, so I'm reading it backwards, but hey, I'm excited to check it out and see what this one is about and if I like it as much as Princess Princess. And speaking of older series that I finally finished, I finally just decided to buy the last volume I needed of Inuyasha. And yes, it was randomly volume 11. I bought via sales. My friend bought me a couple for a birthday, I think a couple years back. And so I was filling up the holes, collecting the whole series. And then the last hole was this random volume 11. So yeah, I finally got it. And now Inuyasha is finally complete. It is a classic fantasy shoujo that I somehow never watched or read in my youth. So it's not nostalgic to me in any way, but it very much seems like things that I would enjoy, where there's a girl that gets transported to another world, and yeah, I don't know, it just sounds good. Sounds kind of isekai-ish before shoujo say isekais became like a thing. So I still need to read this one and Fushigi Yugi, which also vibes like that as well. So they're on my to read list. To do, yeah, someday. I will read them. Oh my gosh, okay. And then the last older series that I picked up that I had already bought the first volume of was Yakuza in Love. So this is complete in 3 volumes and it's messy and it's toxic, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, I think the ending could have been more solid for me than it was, but I like the ride, I won't deny it, and I do love me Yakuza BL, so I am biased, but that was a nice older raunchy kind of series, so yeah. And the last BL that I completed was one that I had ordered back in the old golden ages of Right Stuff. Yes, I will continue to bring them up and to cry about how they are no longer a thing until all of those old orders and pre-orders have been sent to me, which I think there's only 2 left, possibly 3, but it's very small amount now. But anyway, one of those last remaining orders was Blue Morning Volume 6. So now Blue Morning is finally complete and I'm so very, very happy about that. I read Volume 1 and Volume 2 and decided to like order all the rest because I really enjoyed it. And yeah, this one just happened to be out of stock for freaking ever. So eventually now I can read that series. Last up, we have 2 Yuris that I completed. The first of which, Gunbird Sisters Volume 4. Yes, I finished this one and I enjoyed it. It's a little rushed, a little incomplete. Yes, they could have told more of a story, but they end it in a way that's like, yeah, this part of the story is over. Obviously, we got more work to be done, but I liked how they wrapped it up. I thought it was well done for, you know, having to be wrapped up in 4 volumes. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a ecchi and weird ride, but yeah, it's a fun one. Another Yuri I read the first 2 volumes of in June. I finally finished Donuts Under a Crescent Moon Volume 3 and Volume 4. So this is complete in 4 volumes and it's an office place work romance about these 2 girls that is just so soft and so sweet. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I did. Overall, like, I'd give it 5 stars. I think it's great. I have no notes. If you want just a soft, sweet Yuri story, then I definitely recommend it if you haven't read it already. And yeah, so that'll do it. That was my haul. Please do like the video if you liked seeing all the manga I bought and hearing me yapping about them. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I hope you did enjoy the video. And if you want, please do feel free to comment below what you got this last month in July, or just like the highlights of what you bought or read in July, because I always love to see what people are buying and reading out there, and you know, recommend me one that came out recently that I may not have bought yet. And yeah, because you can never have enough manga recommendations in my opinion. So yeah, and of course, I mentioned it before, but if you could subscribe to the channel, a little heart in my shirt and my big heart in my chest. But thank you very much. Yeah, I hope to see you for next week's videos talking about first volume romance and slice of life reads. And then following that will be my updated room tour video. I know people have been wanting to see my collection again for a while, and I'm so very excited to share it with you, and especially with this updated room that I've finally finished, my little extra manga cave of romance. Well, until then, bye!